had to pick a favorite website, or you can go with a really great lesser known website. Marcus, do you want to start off this one?
For me,
Pornhub.
no. To me, right when I saw this, what comes to mind is things that make me money. So that's
like
Amazon or
eBay,
eBay
yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Those
Good
are my
answer.
favorite websites. I've always been a low information diet person, as in not watching mainstream news or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I've weaned myself totally off now, but I would say if you do have a news addiction and you want to try to at least read something with some impartiality, which pretty much doesn't exist in America, The Guardian. The Guardian, at least, that's why they've been trying to shut it down in the UK, control it in the US. But I mean, The Guardian's owned by public trust, so it's one of the few places you can.
You're gonna get closer to
Der,
the truth.
Der Spiegel, La Paris Match, there's some, but The Economist is news porn for me. I do but I don't read anymore. I've cut myself off that.
I was gonna say though,
Financial
like,
Times.
when I think of like relatively unbiased, like quality news sources, I mean obviously it's a
Or just
niche
good
type of
writing.
news, but yeah, exactly.
It's nice to have like decent
Occasional bias.
Yeah, for me, stuff that makes me money. I mean, I never get when you've got children and I never get time to just like surf the web.
It's
So
always,
you're saying
it's
that-
always
I never look at
it's always with a goal.
like
Pro
like
tip.
for me, it's
Never have
always
children.
gotta have. I don't. Yeah, I like that. What's that kind? I think it was like The Simpsons. When he gets to the end of the internet. No.
Steve?
Like, I'm kind of in the same boat. I've really been limiting my consumption of
Good.
information. I've been focusing on producing and creating my own information. But one website that comes to mind is,
FGFG.
that's mine, but I can't list my own. So, look, I'm gonna say Waking Times. I've written for them a couple times. But it's a phenomenal website. So it's basically like conscious-based articles. So it's a lot of mind-blowing information, and they talk about everything from the structure of society to meditation to aliens.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's like everything conscious and mind-blowing, and it's all empowering stuff. So
Nice.
it's a really good website. And I write for them occasionally.
Yeah.
Good peoples.
So favorite website, and not that I'm recommending it, but Reddit, just because it's like a very cool way of
It's interesting.
customizing but you will easily go into information overload if you really get into it. So, I mean, I like it, and I've learned to customize it, so I'm not looking at like a bunch of cat pictures all the time. So I'm actually like, getting interesting information about fitness or bourbon or things that I'm interested in.
You like bourbon?
I do.
Bourbon's good.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Scotch kind of guy, but
I've grown into Scotch.
see, it's good. Yeah.
They're both good. They're both good.
Once you learn how to like actually drink it, and
Yeah, different
it's-
mood though. Regardless, and then I'd say I came up with a couple lesser known websites which I think are very interesting. So Coursera and Khan Academy. I mean, I have a feeling most of the guys here probably know, but Coursera is basically I think it's the one that's sort of a a conglomeration between a bunch of different universities, and they offer free online courses. Khan Academy is very similar, except it's not a bunch of universities. It's actually this guy.
Kahneman.
Yeah, I think it's Salman. I don't remember his name.
Something like that.
Salman Khan or something like that. But he created this website, and it's all sorts of courses. It started as like basic stuff that school children would use, like algebra, things like that, and but it's expanded to be a lot more advanced categories, things like that. It's just it's another good free online learning resource with quality content. And then the last one is just if you have an ebook reader, Project Gutenberg, which is basically I looked at it today. It's 46,000 free ebooks, including a lot of classics that people really want to read. So
It's all the public domain stuff, right?
Yeah. And so that's a really good place to go. I think that's Gutenberg.org or something like that. So those are the three that I thought of.
Nice.
Yeah.
I really like Charles Poliquin's website, Strength Sensei.
What is it?
Strength Sensei.
Strength Sensei.
Yeah, Strength Sensei.
Charles Poliquin.
Yeah, he's got good stuff.
He
Everything's on point.
Yeah, he's on a different level when it comes to fitness and just activating muscle groups in ways that, he takes like the basic premises to like a hanging leg raise, and then you bring your feet in, you have a dorsiflexion to them, and then you raise them that way, and it activates the core that much more. And then he'll do like a basic lateral raise, but he'll have you do it where your arm's almost at a 90-degree angle, and then you extend to focus more on the eccentric where you're stronger, so you're giving a longer lever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, since I've been adding some of his techniques, and we did it with, did I do that to you with the back extension with the dumbbells?
Oh, you did do that with me.
Yeah, and how was that?
You guys are cute together.
See what I deal with on a daily basis? But yeah, just
It's not
a
daily,
little,
man.
it might as well be. But yeah, just little tweaks that will just blow your mind
Yeah.
upon trying them.
One article of his that stands out for me that I read was about visualization. So he stressed how effective visualizing your workouts is, and he cited sources of people that, like, they had two groups. One group visualized their exercises without actually doing it.
Yep.
The other group just did nothing. And the group that only visualized the exercises without actually doing them got stronger. Like,
Dude, that's
crazy.
but that's
So real.
athletics in general. Like that's
Yeah.
proven even with Maggie.
But it's the mind in
with her
general
horse.
too.
No, but with her, the people she trains with horses, I told them this years ago. I'm like, you need to like practice visualizing being in those situations. It's like creating, and it's proven time and time again to perform at a whole other level.
And I also read this somewhere, I forgot who said it, but the mind can't differentiate between
Yeah.
visualizing something and actually doing it.
Mm.
So it's the same thing.
So you've practiced,
Yeah.
like it's like being in the Super
Yeah.
Bowl, that athlete that actually
It's the same
has
thing
lived it
subconsciously.
1,000 times
Yeah.
in their mind. It's, get right in there.
So he incorporates that kind of stuff
Yep.
too, which is awesome.
I think Mike's getting blood sugar low. We better hurry up here.
I'm just trying to like actually focus on what you're talking about. Man, this shit's deep.
Diving deep.